welcome everyone. We're so excited to have you here with us today, and we are going to have a special guest. Miss Mary is joining us today. Yay! Mary, I would like you to share a little bit about you and what you're doing right now.
Thank you so much. And I just want to start by thanking you two, because your courses and your support have been so helpful in growing our business. So 3 years ago, my life completely imploded. I'm a yoga person. I couldn't getting a job was just insane. And so I said, okay, I'll just do private yoga stuff. One day, someone reached out to me that had really bad sciatica. And she's like, can you help me? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Fortunately, I knew Al Condi, who is an amazing physical therapy-based personal trainer. And I called him and I said, hey, can you help me with this lady? And out of that partnership, we found that we really love working together. And we started a business, and Red incorporated in February of 2020. But our business has blossomed, and we've not only doubled our income by August from our previous year, but we expect to triple our income by the end of the year, and it's into six figures. So excited.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah. Would you do a commercial for me?
Sure.
It's so awesome.
Okay. So Mary is going to tell us today about her high ticket sales process and her script. And that's just to help each of you if you're selling something. And again, it doesn't have to be high ticket. A really solid sales script can help you no matter what you're selling. We often find women underprice themselves. Mary, we're going to let you take it away.
Awesome. The first thing I wanted to start out with, and this will be really important if you decide to learn more about sales scripts or my sales script or whatever, have a plan and stick to it. The primary reason is there is an outline and you follow the outline. So that's super, super important. Have a plan and stick to it. And then the next thing I would say is important is to establish rapport. Now, this whole script is based in neuro-linguistic programming. That's NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. If you study NLP, you are going to become the most amazing salesperson ever because of a few precepts. And a couple of them are, let them do the talking. You are guiding people to the decision. You are not selling. You're going to ask questions and you're going to listen and you're going to repeat back. And it just is a loop over and over. Ask questions, listen, repeat back. Ask questions, listen, repeat back. So that's the whole first part of the script. You're going to begin by building rapport. That makes a little bit of a difference because obviously when you have a connection with someone through another person, there's already a minutia of rapport. There's already some rapport and you can build on that. Right? I'm going to give you a prime example right now, how important that is. I was fundraising for a show in Lexington, Virginia, which is a tiny, tiny little town. And your whole social status in this town is determined by if you have ancestors buried in a certain cemetery. And forgive me, this is just true. So I'm going to share this. Stonewall Jackson is buried there. And for those of you who don't know, he's a Confederate general. And your status, social status, is determined by how close you're buried to, or your ancestors are buried to Stonewall Jackson's statue. Wow.
Where he's buried. There's a whole thing in this town. So I'm in this little town and I'm trying to raise money, and I'm sitting in my office with two alumni from VMI, Virginia Military Institute. I'm trying to get them to raise money for me for this show. 45 minutes has gone by. They're talking about fishing. I realize these guys live in a small town and they just don't have anything else to do today. They have no interest in me or my project. And so I've got to find a connection. Sure enough, I remember this guy's last name is Lincoln. My aunt was married to a man named Lincoln and she's buried in the cemetery. So I tell him, hey, Mr. Lincoln, excuse me, your fishing story is fascinating, but I just realized something. Your last name is Lincoln. My aunt was married to a man named Lincoln. Her name was Hannah, and she's buried in the cemetery over there. Could we be related? Sure enough, that was his uncle that she was married to. He turns to the guy next to him and he says, Hannah Lincoln is buried 20 feet from the right hand of Stonewall Jackson. Ooh. They left the office and a week later came back with a check for $20,000.
Wow.
This was in 1994. So that's $80,000 now.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was invited to every social event in Lexington from that minute on.
Wow.
And raised the rest of the money. So yay. So
yeah,
connections are key.
Yeah, that connection, like how quick you shifted things just by bringing that up. And I think that's where, if you're meeting someone you don't know, doing some research on them is really important.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Absolutely. I'm on Match.com right now and I use my journalistic research skills all the time. You can also say you don't have time to do that. You've got several calls coming in that day and you just haven't had time. Just ask questions to build rapport. Simple. The second thing is to set the agenda. Remember I said have a plan?
Yes.
Here's where you take control. Okay. You need to take control of the situation right off the bat. Otherwise, you're going to be there for 3 hours while someone is telling you their story and they're going to hang up and think, I've just had a beautiful therapy session. I don't need anything. You want to take control. What I do in this moment is I tell people exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to find out what your goals are. I'm going to find out your reality. And then I'm going to find out what's stopping you. And then we're going to talk about if we should go further. I'm also going to share with them that our phone call is confidential. Our conversation is confidential. This is really important because I want people to feel safe with me. And I say the only person I'm going to share this information with, if necessary, is my business partner. Is that okay? Yeah. And look, you guys nodded. Yes. See? So that's the first yes I'm getting. This is NLP. This is psychology. I'm getting, my purpose of the sales script is I'm getting into these people's unconscious minds as well as their conscious mind. One of the things I wanted to touch on in going through the script, when you're going through it, you're listening for keywords in people's conversations and what they like to do. So those people who are in house music and DJing, it's very likely they're auditory. Their primary style of communication is auditory. That means through hearing. They like words. Listen to this. Listen to me. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Does that ring a bell?
Fantastic. Like all those words, they're all about hearing.
That's right. But if I have a person who's visually oriented and I have a client who's highly visual, her communication style is visual. I speak to her in colors and things like, I see what you're saying, or I envision this for you.
Makes perfect sense.
So the second most really important thing about this script is just an NLP, the thing I'm telling you about. People really just want to be heard and feel important. And what makes you feel important? Feeling like you're acknowledged. I want people to know that I really honestly care. Because one reason my script works is my heart is in it. I want to get people out of pain and I want to help them. This is another NLP trick, neuro-linguistic programming trick. So if you're on the phone, you're going to match their tone. You're going to match the cadence of their voice. If you got a hyper person, you're going to speed it up. You're going to match their tone. You're going to match the pace of their voice. You're going to go on and on. If they get really excited, you're going to get excited too.
Okay.
But if they're really calm and quiet, you're going to be calm and quiet.
Love that.
See what I did there? Okay, so this is important because this builds psychological rapport. Then I ask them, after I've gone through what we're going to do, I ask them, okay, so why now? Why me? Why now?
Ooh, like that.
What is it about right now that you booked this call and we're having this conversation? And why are you talking to me? And then I'm going to find out what the presenting problem is. Then I'm going to go into the actual informational part. So every sales event has an educational piece to it. Now, instead of me educating them, they're educating me. They're going to talk themselves into my product, into my service. The first thing I'm going to ask them is, what do you want? At the end of our work together, supposing we work together, you want to be out of back pain so you can garden as much as you want, play with your children, walk your dog, brush your teeth, blah, 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 without pain so that you can have better relationships and connections with people and feel joyful when you wake up in the morning instead of, my back hurts. Does that sound right? And they go, oh yeah, that sounds exactly right. That's exactly what I want. Good. Now I know what they want. Okay. And then I ask them, is there anything else? And they'll tell me something else. I'll say, nope, that sounds about right. Okay. Is this helpful so far?
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Fabulous. After I found out the results they want and they're all happy and they're on this high, now I'm going to bring them down. I'm going to make them feel the pain. People have to feel the pain to be motivated. What is your life like now? What's happening right now? Now they're going to give me, I'm going to go wide and they're going to tell me all the things that's going on. Ask those questions so that I can get deep into the pain. I want to make them hurt. If they're crying, by the time I'm done with this, I've done an extra good job. I'm just saying that because people have to feel the pain. They have to remember where they are because I left them up here. They're in heaven with the future. Now I got to bring them into the present. I couldn't get out of bed today. I couldn't walk across the room. I was in so much pain. Okay. That's important. I need to know that. I also need to know these things so I can figure out if I can really help them or not. So that's important. All right. So I went wide, I went deep, and then I asked them, is there anything else? Okay, the next piece is identifying roadblocks. So now I know where they want to be in heaven, up here in the future. I know where they are in reality right now. Now I want to figure out what has kept them from getting there. So I'll just say to them, let's make a list of everything that's kept you from getting where you want to be. And then they're going to tell me, I've tried this and I tried that. Here's an example. We had one guy in his 30s with chronic back pain again, and a shoulder issue and some other stuff. And he said, I tried chiropractic for 6 weeks and that didn't work for me. And then I tried dry needling for 3 sessions and that didn't solve it. So what I'm learning is he tries these things for too short a period of time. He doesn't stick with it. So I know that if I decide to work with this guy, or if I think I can help him and I decide to work with him, I'm going to have to tell him up front, Bill, I noticed in our conversation that you start things and then you don't finish them. If you're going to work with us, you have to commit to blah, blah, blah. Okay. But are you following me? How this information?
You're really listening.
I'm really listening. I'm going to find out all their roadblocks. This is the point where I decide if this is a good fit or not. This is really important. If you don't like the person, if you don't respect them, it's not going to work. The other thing you need to listen for is, can they afford you? That's really important. You can't compromise your service. You can't keep adapting your service for somebody else. And if you decide to do that for whatever reason, you must make sure that you're going to get the value out of that person somehow. Does that make sense? Yeah.
I think so. The good thing is you kept up your end of the deal, right? So often people don't. I love that saying, if people pay, they pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to make a deal with someone like that, you have to make sure that they're really a person of integrity and they're going to hold up to their end of the bargain, not just so it benefits you, but so it benefits them, right? There's nothing worse than having a client who doesn't achieve results because they weren't a good fit or they didn't put in the work because they didn't have anything invested in it.
And thank you for bringing that up, because I didn't mean to give them a total trade deal.
Right.
Always get money. Our clients who pay us upfront, it hurts and they do the work. So this is where, after I've thought about, do I want to work with this person or not? Let's say I've decided I do. This is where I check in for value and I turn the tables here. I ask them, what's been the most valuable thing that we've discussed so far? And they can give me an answer. Sometimes they don't know, but it makes them go back and think about everything we've talked about. Let's switch roles and you be the asker. Where do you think we should go from here? Now they're going to tell me. And now I know how to direct whatever else I'm going to say. Where do you think we should go from here? I guess you should tell me how much this costs, or what is it exactly we're going to be doing? Love it when they say that. What is it exactly we're going to be doing? So much fun. So then we book an appointment for an assessment and I give them all the details about that. We have a 90% return on this. And I would say that lacking 10% happened in the beginning. That I book an assessment with almost everyone I talk to on the phone using that script.
That's awesome.
They could email me directly if they like at rethinkyourfitness@gmail.com. You can also sign up for our mailing list on our website, which is rethink.fitness.
Mary was actually a beta. She was one of our beta clients for our program where we teach people how to hire virtual assistants to help them with all of their marketing. And so learned so much from Mary and still keep learning things from Mary.
And I learned so much from you guys.
Thank you so much, Mary. And Mary's going to come back for the close.
Yay. Thank you, Mary. That was amazing.
Super fun.